Yo, what's good, guys? Bricks here. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all of my placements. What's the backstory? How many placements do I have? Why? Like, a lot of you guys watching me and like my content, but y'all don't know why y'all watch me. So I got to show you guys, who am I? What are my placements? XYZ. Why am I qualified to teach you and help you? So that's what we're diving into today. On the screen, I have put up my Genius page. So we're going to take a look at some of my credits, and I'll tell you guys how some of these placements come about and what involvement I have with each song. So we got my Genius page here. It says, having worked extensively with the biggest names in hip-hop such as Young Thug, Drake, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Migos, and Savage, he's one of the most prolific producers in the game right now. Appreciate Genius, whoever wrote that. Shout out to you, man. So let's go ahead and get right into it. My computer on, I gotta plug my computer up. It's about to die. Hold on, y'all. Let's get into it, man. My computer died. Alright, so I'm just gonna start from the top. Alright. First one, Drake. Drizzy Drake, Sacrifices. So this song has Drake, 2 Chainz, and Young Thug on the song. I actually engineered this song when I was on tour with Drake and Young Thug. This was at London at Metropolis Studios, and it occurred after actually T-Minus and some beats. Me, Thug, Duke, Gunner, everybody, we were in the studio. Drake was in a opposing room down the hallway recording all his stuff, and he sent he sent over his verse with the beat. Drake's engineer Noel sent it over, and I loaded it up, obviously, and we were all blown away by the initial, you know what I'm saying? It was just a big moment, like being in the studio, we're in London, and Drake sending you shit to record on. It was a big deal, even for me. Like, everybody was gassed. Let's not bullshit you. Everybody was gassed, you know what I'm saying? And I pulled it up, and I had been working with Thug maybe around like 2 years straight at that time. And to be completely honest with you, I never seen this man take so long on a verse. Never. Like, he took at least 2 hours on this verse. Like, it was like, everybody was like, wow. He was like crafting each bar so carefully. Like, I never seen him take this. Like, usually we go in there and we knock out a song in 10 minutes. He took, no lie, over 2 hours on this verse. As far as Ice Melts, we actually recorded that in Hollywood first, and then Drake jumped on that after. That also in London. Live Up to My Name, Baka, which is Drake's Drake's muscle, but also his artist signed to OVO. We did this song actually in Paris. Worked on this beat in 2 seconds. I just want to tell you about this new producer community that I started. It's free. It's full of amazing producers. We're all learning, growing, working together. We're doing a bunch of live calls, beat reviews, giving away prizes. You can get a bunch of my kids for free, all kind of amazing stuff. Click the link in the description. Sign up. I can't wait to see you there. Let's get back to this cook-up. In Paris, and I was actually in a session with a Caribbean artist named Popcorn, right? And this is also on the Drake tour as well. Now, keep in mind, I wrote a whole book about this experience on the Drake tour. How we kind of ended the tour early with Young Thug. And I was like, nah, I got to work with OVO. So I took my backstage pass and I took all the money I had. And I flew back to every stop on the tour. And went to every after party, even though I wasn't supposed to. I funded my own way, my own hotels, my own flights, everything, because I was like, I gotta work with OVO. So I really risked it all, and obviously it worked out. So Live Up to My Name. I actually have a gold plaque for this song in my bathroom, and I put the gold plaque in my bathroom because I was in a really lit like writer's house when I was in London, and she had like plaques in her bathroom. While I was taking a piss, I was just looking at like plaques. I said, I'm gonna do that. So I actually have that plaque in my bathroom at the crib. But I was in a session with Popcorn, right? And Baka walks in, introduces himself. Actually, Gigs, a big artist in the UK, introduced me to Baka. And he was like, flip through some beats. I I stopped recording Popcorn for a second, flew through some beats for Baca. He ended up falling in love with this one. And we recorded the rough version. And then I guess a couple weeks later, Drake actually recorded and fixed up Baca's part. So I have a whole version with just Drake's vocals on this beat, which is also I was gassed about. So Drake recorded the song, Baca re-recorded the fixed up parts that Drake recorded, and it ended up coming out, and it went crazy in Canada, and I ended up getting a gold plaque for this shit, so that was lit. Gang Up, I engineered this song. I actually engineered this song in like a fucking, like, it was a studio that was like on a goat farm. This was on the Drake tour as well. We were in like Leeds, UK, United Kingdom, and they made the phone call. And the crazy thing, I'll tell you a little backstory about this. So we got a phone call from Warner Brothers or whoever it was that was doing the Fast and Furious soundtrack, and they called Thug to do the verse. Thug's manager comes in and was like, yo, they want you to do this verse, this and this and that. And Thug was like, all right, but I'm not sending it until we get the bread. So we recorded the verse, and Thug sent like a small FaceTime clip of his verse to the label. The label cut the check, and then we ended up sending the masters over. Yeah, that was crazy.
2 seconds. I just want to tell you about this new producer community that I started. It's free. It's full of amazing producers. We're all learning, growing, working together. We're doing a bunch of live calls, beat reviews, giving away prizes. You can get a bunch of my kits for free, all kind of amazing stuff. Click the link in the description. Sign up. I can't wait to see you there. Let's get back to this cook up.
Rest in peace, P&B Rockies on that song too. It was a really dope video and stuff like that. We Ball. I engineered this song also. This was in Atlanta at what's now Future Studio, but before I believe it was called Dark. I believe it's called Dark. It's like right over there by QC, right by Silent Sounds off of Northside Drive. So we recorded this song, and I remember it was like 6 in the morning. I actually have a video of me working on this song. And Young Thug laid his verse, you know, did a fantastic job as always, did it real quick. And then Meek Mill came to record his verse, but by the time Meek Mill came to record his verse, it was like 6:30 in the morning. And I just remember I'm engineering, and I'm falling asleep, and every time Meek Mill do ad-lib, I'll be like, huh? And then he'll be like, whoa! And I'll be like, huh? I'm falling asleep the whole time, bro. That was a crazy session. That song is fucking legendary, amazing song. It's by 21 Savage, Drake, and Young Thug. I did this beat in France also. This was before the Drake tour. This was when I was just on tour with 21 Savage and Young Thug. I was doing a lot of songs with the both of them. And what about this song? So this song was like the best and the worst thing that ever happened. I got paid a shitload of money for this beat, like over 20K. And we did this song on a tour bus, actually. And bro, like, this song, I remember being in Paris and I was celebrating that I was gonna get a Drake feature with this song, even though I didn't know I was gonna get a Drake feature with this song. I remember trying to think back, bro. So we did the record. I remember 21 Savage originally had Diss Tyga on this song over Kylie Jenner. I'm going back in my memory banks now. Okay, so I'm celebrating the fact that I think Drake is gonna get on the song, even though Drake wasn't on the song at first. I was actually in Paris for like winter break for New Year's. I went to Paris for New Year's, ended up getting drunk, falling asleep in the lobby of the hotel, missed the whole fireworks over the Eiffel Tower and everything, whatever. I fly back to Atlanta. Actually, I flew back to Miami. Thug and them was in Miami, so I go to the studio with Thug, and he leans over in my ear and he was like, bro, just stay loyal, just stay solid. I'm gonna take your Pluto, you out of here. Listen to this. He played the song, Drake's verses on it. This moment I knew like, oh, I'm on like shit. Like, he played this song, like, I was just like, damn, nigga did the song with Drizzy, bro. I was so gassed. But that was the best thing that ever happened to me and the worst thing that ever happened to me, because the song fucking leaked. The song got leaked, bro. Like, right before it was about to release, I had already got paid for the song, but it got leaked, bro. I remember I was in Puerto Rico with one of my joints at the time, and I'm looking on the computer and I start seeing the shit pop up like on Reddit and pop up on YouTube and pop up on, and I called the record label. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is on? They were like, we're trying to get a handle on it now. We're trying to get it taken off the internet. They moved too slow. The shit started racking up mad views, and eventually they didn't drop the song because it got leaked. So I really was in a deep depression about that shit. Like, that shit really fucked me up. You Said, Young Thug. We did this song in the UK. Amazing song. Canada Goose, Presser. I produced a song on Moreland Road in Atlanta late night with a friend of mine. I produced the entire record, but originally this song was with an artist called Chevy Shawty, which is like one of my clients in Atlanta, one of my homies. And I ended up sending the beat to Presser when I was in London, and we was working on Presser's album because Presser was on tour with Drake. I was on tour with Drake, so I started working with Presser real heavy. And even after the tour, he was in Canary Wharf and I was in Hammersmith. And I would take the taxi from Hammersmith to Canary Wharf every fucking day to work with Presser. And we actually did an entire project together called Presser Brick. And this was on that project. This ended up we ended up getting Tory Lanez on this song, and this actually went platinum in Canada. Like, if you're Canadian, you know this song 100%. Legendary song. Papi Chulo. I did this beat in LA with Grizz and Keo. Keo is the guy who did Old Town Road for Lil Nas X, so it was around that time. And Grizz actually clicked this guitar in from scratch. Grizz is like a legend when it comes to clicking in, so he clicked the guitar in, and me and Keo worked on the drums, and I did some instrumentation as well. And then I ended up getting the song placed with Skepta and Octavian. I got that through an engineer that I became friends with while I was during my time in the UK. This song went up like shit. We got paid a lot of money for this song. It also went crazy viral on TikTok all over the world. Like, it was insane. It actually went on an episode of the show.
2 seconds. I just want to tell you about this new producer community that I started. It's free. It's full of amazing producers. We're all learning, growing, working together. We're doing a bunch of live calls, beat reviews, giving away prizes. You can get a bunch of my kits for free, all kind of amazing stuff. Click the link in the description. Sign up. I can't wait to see you there. Let's get back to this cook-up.
Oh, Blackish with that comedian, so we got paid again, like another 20-something racks for that. And then, bro, I remember I was in Dubai, and I was in the Dubai Mall, and I was in the vape store buying some vape. I heard the song, and then I ended up going to Five Palm later that night, still in Dubai, like one of the best spots in Dubai. Heard the song again. Then I heard the song on the radio again. Then I was in fucking Turkey, heard the song on the radio again in Istanbul, bro. I was like, okay, this shit taking off. So that shit was taking off. Kevin Gates again. This is my first major placement I ever got. I got like, I remember I told y'all the story. Like, I was getting $50 to $100 a beat, and then I ended up getting this placement is crazy too, bro. Like, I was interning at the studio. I met a guy that was an engineer. I started rocking with him. He went to another studio, so I got 2 internships at the same time. I was interning at one, and then I was interning at Hot Beats. This guy was interning at Hot Beats. I'm not gonna say his name, but long story short, he was running around the studio playing with the studio manager, which was a girl. They was like playing kiki. I'm trying to go fast because I got a lot of fucking placements, but I don't even have time to do all this. All right. So they're running around the studio, and she closes the door on his hand, cuts his finger completely off. He had a session with Kevin Gates the next day. His finger is completely gone. The fire department comes or whatever, they rush him to the hospital, They don't have an engineer for the session. I'm like, yeah. They called me. I was at my little ass apartment. They was like, yo, are you busy today? I was like, nah, I'm good. It was like, yo, we need you. So I'm an intern at this point. I'm like, got you, I'm on the way. Pulled up. It was Kevin Gates. Ended up working a lot with him. Then later that night, we actually went to another studio in Fayetteville because they called me like, yo, where you at, bro? Because they knew I made beats too. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin pulled up. I made this beat on the spot. I think I got a breakdown of how I made this beat on YouTube somewhere from back in the day. And this was in 2014. And after we did this song, we ended up doing a negotiation like right then. It was like, all right, so how much you want for the beat? And I can't remember the exact number, but I was like, in my mind, I was like, up until this point, I had only got $50 to $100 for a beat. So I told him, I think I said, give me $2,000 for the beat. And I was nervous. I was just like, the most they can say is no. Let me just say something, what I thought was a big number at the time. And I was like, give me $2K for the beat. And they were like, can you do $1,750? And I was like, hell yeah. So inside, I was like hella gas because I had only gotten $50 up to that point. And I had just made like $1,750 off of one beat. That changed me forever. Once I got the first major placement, that shit changed me forever. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this shit for real now. I think I took that $2K and like moved into a new apartment, like a better one or some shit. Because I was living in the trenches. Shout out Kevin Gates. I got a lot of places with Kevin Gates, so I'll probably see him a lot on this list. All the time. This song, this video got maybe like 10 million on YouTube or something. It's Young Thug, dope video. We did this song. I can't, bro. We was recording so many studios all over the world. I don't remember where we did this song, but I was happy about the song, but it didn't go on an official project. It was just like one of those drops he put out. It got put out by the label, so I got paid and everything. It was all good, but I wanted to be on an album. You know what I'm saying? Bondasia. I did this beat with my guy GA in the UK and one of my guys in France. And then this is actually a French artist. His album went triple platinum, so I'm glad to have a part of that. It's probably 4 times platinum now. Yeah, we did that. I actually collaborated on this beat in the UK, and then it got placed in France. Caught Me a Foreign. This was my first Young Thug feature. I was very, 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 very gassed because I was already working with Young Thug, but he didn't get on any of my beats yet. He was only on Weezy's beats and London on the tracks beats, right? And so I was working with Gunna a lot. I was working with Lil Duke. This is actually Gunna's first single ever. Like, this is his first single ever. And Young Thug got on it. And I remember, I don't know where I was, on some island or something, and they were in Atlanta, and Gunna called me on FaceTime. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was playing for the Young Thug verse. So I ended up flying back to Miami. I had called a guy named Swede 808. He had a studio. Well, it wasn't his studio, but I called him when I got to Miami, like, yo, can you get me in the studio? I got to mix this record ASAP. So I go to the studio. Gunna sends me the stems. I mix the record. Thug's verse is like hella long. And, you know, normally an engineer would just cut the verse at 8 bars, 12 bars, and we'll fly the hook. But I was so gassed to have a song with Young Thug that I just, even the parts where he wasn't saying nothing, he was like, I kept that shit in the song, bro. I was like, I need all this Young Thug shit, bro. I was so gassed, and I was the producer and I engineered it, so I kept everything, you know what I'm saying? Every little thing Young Thug did, I kept it in the song. That's why that song is mad long. So that was Gunna's first single ever. Super gas. That's a wrap for part 1. Like I said, stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to be breaking down all my placements. Sign up for my free producer community today. I got a lot of dope stuff going on in it. Also, I'm teaching a free class about how to get placements. How do you start getting networking? How do you start getting your career off the ground, starting from nothing? How do you go from the bedroom to the billboard, just like I did? I'm going to show you step by step in a free class. The link is also in the description. I see you guys there. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on this video, man. I really, really appreciate you guys. Let's get it.